Hi, Susan here, and today I wanted to show you a very simple little spiral cane. And what do you do with this spiral cane? I use it on beads. I make all these beautiful basic little beads. I make pods with them, as you've seen my pod video. And the other thing I like to use them in is embellishments. And so the donut that I made here, this is all just those swirl beads and a solid color piece of clay. The little circles you see that you saw in the last video that I made with the donuts, these are just a different color, and that's the same color. And if you pinch it, you just get a different shape. So they work wonderful for lots of little things, but I don't like to make a lot of this. When I make these, I like to just make a small amount because I really like to use it as an embellishment. So let's get started. I have 3 different colors of clay, and I would not make a stack of these like I do my flowers and my leaves so I can build my stash. I would just do one set of these because you just don't tend to use these as much as you do the other canes. Like I said, they're more of an embellishment. So we're going to do our basic Skinner blend with the 3 pieces. And I think I'm going to use the blue in the middle. Let's cut it across. So this is about a 3-inch stack, about 3 inches by about 4 inches. It's not very big, but it's the only one I'm going to make, and we're just going to keep the blue in the middle because I think that one will be the prettiest. So we'll use the other colors on the side. Let me keep that out of the way for now. And we're just going to make our classic Skinner blend with this, running it through the pasta machine 10 to 15 times, and it's going to actually distort the heck out of this. So we won't see this beautiful little square, but what we're going to do is fold this on top of itself, as I'm sure you've seen the Skinner blend a jillion times, and run it fold side down through the pasta machine, say 15 times, and I'll be back. Okay, so I ran that through the pasta machine, and now we're just going to fold it. And it's pretty distorted, like I said, the blue will get distorted, and it's okay, because we're just going to form it from this. And as you can see, this is not a very big piece of clay, but we're just going to try to keep the ends thin. We want this a little thinner on the ends, and squish it up amongst itself in the middle. Oh, got a piece of hair there. And so what this will do is give us this thin shape on the ends, and I want it thick in the middle. It's kind of cooler with the wonky shape to it, so I'm thinning out the ends. So when I get my wrap on it, it'll have a better shape. So you're just trying to make that middle kind of thick. And I'm going to turn this on its side to show it to you. And you can use any cane on beads, anything you have left over. Now I have a little air bubble in there, so let me poke that guy out. Otherwise he's going to. So we're just squishing this down and trying to get it thicker in the middle. Now, if you feel an air pocket, and let me see if I can get that, you can see where I've got an air pocket right there, that bubble. You really have to get that out. It will leave a huge separation in your cane on the inside, and it will not be nice or pretty. So just keep squishing it back together. And you can see if I hold it sideways, how it's thicker in the middle. Sort of like it's got a belly. And although most of us are trying to get rid of our belly, this guy likes it. So then we're just going to pat it down, hoping we get rid of that air bubble, because he will be a unfriendly, unwelcome guest. And we're, oh, yeah, I can feel him coming out. That's a good thing. So we're just trying to even it out. And we have another one in there. Oh. I don't know if it's his cousin. I'm not sure I opened it up. There we go. Now we got it out. And see, just squish it back together to get all that air out. And then I'm going to take any color clay that you like for a contrast. I've rolled this out on a number 3 on the pasta machine. I'm just going to use this gold. And I am just going to do it on one side. You could do black or white. Any color will do that's a contrast. You could have used yellow. But for some reason I always tend to go with the gold. I don't know why. And now the biggest decision is which color do we want in the middle. I do find that I like the lighter color in the middle. It shows more contrast. Here I went with the darker color and I don't think it looks as nice. I don't think you see the swirl as much. I think it gets lost. But up to you. And here I think the green is probably the lighter color, so that is who I'm going to curl up. And so we're just going to roll this up like a jelly roll up into itself. And with that thick and thin, it's going to create a much prettier spiral than if I just had a flat jelly roll. And you can see how much better that looks. And see, now it just rolls on top of itself. Now, if I have any purple sticking out, I will put a little smidge of clay just to cover that up. And now we just reduce. And when we're reducing this, you really want to squeeze it. You do not want to work on the table. You don't want to take it down on the table and roll it until you've got it at least down to the size of a roll of quarters. Now there's a lot of loss with this cane. There's a lot of scrap clay. As when I turn it sideways, you're going to see. Just no avoiding it. I find sometimes with the smaller canes I get more loss than with the larger canes. Okay, now we're down to about the size of a nickel. And so I'm going to cut these ends off and roll it on the table. And don't throw these away, you know you can make pretty things with those. And so I'm still going to just give it a little bit more of a squish. Now you can obviously cut this in 4s and put them together as a square. There's a lot of things you could do with this, but I'm just showing you the basic and how to use it as an element in making beads and decorating. And this is it. This is where I stop. So you just coat it with a little gold leaf if you like and reduce it smaller. Let me take it down. And you can see how pretty that is. So I like to just use that as an element, or like I said, pinch it up and use it in a pod. So on the pod you get this pretty little swirl. Whoops. There's a bead in a pod. You see the swirl you get in both of those. Or when you're using it in your donut, you can use it as an element. So anyway, you'll have lots of fun. It's a simple little cane and it won't take you long, and you can just use some scraps of clay that you have left. And I hope you have fun making lots of beads, building your bead stash, and thanks for watching.